Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. It is inevitable that in the future we will live in a cashless society. We will only be using digital currencies. There has been a lot of talk in the past about countries and governments creating their own central bank digital currencies. And there are many countries right now that are already developing their currency, and some are even in the testing phase. And this might sound like a cool concept, especially if you like cryptocurrency. Isn't this just another added benefit of governments adopting cryptocurrency technology? But the answer is no. It's the total opposite. This is actually very dangerous, extremely dangerous, because it removes all of our privacy, if we even have any privacy left. But even more importantly, it removes all of our freedom. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. Today in the world, whether you're in the USA or another country, we have the ultimate freedom when it comes to a physical dollar. When you have a physical dollar, you can buy anything you want. You can even buy illegal goods. Even when we're talking about credit cards, still we have the ability to buy what we want. Some banks, some credit cards, they might limit what you buy. Maybe they don't believe in the product that you're buying in, or they're not in agreement with it. But you can always switch to a new bank or to a new credit card. Some examples are online gambling. There are many governments or countries and also many banks within a country that aren't in agreement with online casinos or online gambling, so they don't allow you to make purchases of that nature. Again, you can switch to a bank that allows you. We saw this year that PayPal pulled out of Pornhub as their payment provider because they didn't agree with their ethics or their morals. Again, this isn't something illegal, but it's not in the same view as PayPal. Again, they can switch to another payment provider. Even when it comes to cryptocurrency, Coinbase confirmed that 4 banks were blocking Bitcoin credit card purchases. Now, this report came out quite some time ago. I do believe that since then, some of these banks have reversed their policies and do allow crypto purchases. But even within the last year, we saw that Capital One has been blocking cryptocurrency purchases with its card. Again, we have options. We have physical dollars you can buy anything with, and then we're talking about credit cards. You can switch banks, you can switch credit cards. But what if I were to tell you that what if we lived in a system where you didn't have an option? Everything was under one system, under one ledger, and what you buy could be banned. I'm talking about having the ability to buy a simple flight. Maybe you're not allowed to. Maybe you're not allowed to eat in a restaurant, or maybe you're not allowed to use a subway or get on a bus. If you think this is impossible, if you think this is far-fetched, think again, because this exists today. It exists in China and is known as China's social credit system, where each person receives a social credit score. If it goes up, the higher it is, the more access you have to products, the more things you could buy. But if you have a bad score or a negative score, you could be banned from buying things such as a plane ticket or a subway ticket. And the way this works in China is that when you act bad or when you're not behaving well, you can lose points. If you just go through a simple red light, you can lose points. If you demonstrate against a corporation, which in America we call free speech, you can lose points. And this is just crazy. Even if you're part of an illegal religious event, you can lose points. So China does this by using facial recognition technology. Everyone has a profile, so every second, every minute of the day, people are tracked. And if you were out drinking with your friends and the government doesn't like that, they can dock points from you. And the way they control the payments is because China already uses digital payments. While they don't have a central bank digital currency that they're using at the moment, they have digital payments, which gives them the ability to block purchases. They use WeChat Pay mostly and Alipay. People in China do not use cash. And then also, to make it even worse or more dangerous, China has been in open talks about developing a cryptocurrency for the past year. They were very open about this. And then in April 23rd of 2020, China announced, and we saw this in a Forbes article, that their digital currency is to be given a test drive by US companies. Companies such as Starbucks, McDonald's, and Subway. I'm not sure why they're going to test it with US companies, but the bottom line is that it is here and they are going to use it. And they're not the only country that is talking about cryptocurrency or central bank digital currencies. There's a whole list of countries, including Ecuador, Senegal, Singapore, Tunisia, Estonia, Japan, Palestine, Russia, and Sweden. Now, all of these technologies about digital payments and also about facial recognition technology, it's not super advanced that other countries don't have access to it. We have access to it today in America and most first world countries as well. San Francisco, understanding the dangers of facial recognition technology, became the first US city to ban facial recognition technology. And then when it comes to digital payments as well, there has been a lot of backlash by states in America and cities because they say or they report that having a cashless store, where no one can spend cash, you can only use a credit card, it discriminates against the very poor or it discriminates against the unbanked. But in the end of the day, no country will sit in the back and lose the race. As they see other countries moving forward with a whole digital economy, especially most importantly, that would be digital currency or a central bank digital currency, they're not just going to, like I said, sit there and do nothing. They will act. And there has been a lot of talk recently about the US, a proposal for the US to create their own digital dollar or their own central bank digital currency. And it will happen. And the reason it will happen is because the system we have today is outdated. In a digital world, we are going to use digital currencies. Those stimulus checks that they're now being handed out, April of 2020. Anyone that has direct deposit with their bank, they might have received that deposit the first week the stimulus plan was announced. But a lot of people don't have direct payments set up, and the IRS is stating that it could take up to 20 weeks to mail out your stimulus check, which is just crazy, especially in this digital world that we're living in. So it's inevitable. We will be in a cashless society. We will have central bank digital currencies in the future. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to happen. I can tell you it's not going to happen tomorrow. It could take 20 years or 30 years. But in my opinion, 30 years is the max. In 30 years, we will have central bank digital currencies 110%. It could happen sooner, but 30 years is the max. And when that time comes, when everything is under one ledger, which gives you no freedom. Right now, like I said, you can switch from credit card to credit card or bank to bank, and now you have a little more freedom. But in the future, when it's all under one ledger, and that would be the government ledger, it doesn't matter if you transact with this bank or that bank. It all is under one system, and your payments, what you buy, can be controlled, what you can and what you can't buy. And when that time comes and we lose all of our freedom, there's only going to be one solution to maintain your freedom, and that answer is decentralized cryptocurrency. I hope that you found value in this video. And if you did and you want other people to know about this, share it with them, or even just like the video. By liking the video, it helps this video spread out to more people on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.